Hey guys, welcome to our next revision strategy. Quick refresher, what have we looked at? Three revision strategies already. One was using sentence patterns, two was proofreading, and three was making sure we have details within our writing. Revision strategies help us clarify what we write, but it's also revision strategies are things we should think about as we are writing, not just when we're done and revising, but while we're drafting and composing. So, first, I want to start off today with a quick game. We're going to play Mad Libs. Now, as you know, Mad Libs, you pick a word and you put it into the story. And I played this game. I'm not going to mention Justine's name, but I played with one of my students, and here's the story that came out. How to survive when lost in the mountains. Everyone has heard the story of Hansel and Justine, who were left in the woods by their father, a very poor fortune cookie writer, who could no longer care for them. Well, the two hairy children foolishly find their way home by leaving a trail of sloppy joes. Well, even though that's just a ghost tale, and you probably won't encounter a witch or a housemaid of ramen, keeping your wits about you is crucial if lost in the wild. In fact, your chances of being found are 8% greater if you follow these steps. 1. Do not dance. This will only use up energy and decrease your chances of being pooped. 2. Find or build a skyscraper. If this is not possible, dig a butt for yourself in the ground. You can use essays to insulate it. 3. Signal for help by building 3 ratchet duckies in a peanut shape. If you follow these tips, your story will end slyly ever after too. So, did that connect to our revision strategy? Of course it did, because our next revision strategy is word choice, and looking at choosing specific words that help our argument, help tell our story, whatever we're going to do. So what does word choice mean? Well, it's how do you make your individual choices, not good, how do you make them radical? No, that's 280s. How do you make your individual word choices spectacular? That's what we want to know. Well, you're going to focus on 3 types of words in this. You're going to look at adjectives, and you want to choose adjectives that have the right connotations. We'll talk about that in a moment. You want to have verbs that give us information. And you want to try to avoid these passive verbs such as is and are. And lastly, you want to look at nouns. You want to use specific, or dare I say, detailed nouns, right? A dog is a general noun versus a Dalmatian, which is more specific. For example, here's a couple of sentences using weak verbs. I almost forgot to get snacks for my Grammy party, so I went to the store to buy chips and salsa. Okay, fine. I like Lorde and am happy she won 2 awards. Both of these sentences are fine. They tell the story. They get the message across, but they're not as exciting as they could be. B, in the second sentence, there's a grammar error. Did you spot it? This comma shouldn't exist because there is no new subject in the second half. So that's a compound verb. Anyway, looking at stronger words in this sentence. I almost forgot to purchase snacks for my Grammy party, so I hurried to the store to buy chips and salsa. Now the sentence with purchase, and especially with hurried, is giving us more information as readers. Let's look at this one. I adore Lorde and am ecstatic that she won 2 Grammys, Song of the Year and Best Pop Solo Artist. Again, we're getting more specific, more information. So, a synonym, as you know, is a word that has the same meaning. But I'm going to tell you something. There is no such thing as a synonym. I'm going to repeat that because it's jumping up and down. There is no such thing as a synonym. What do I mean by this? Words may have similar denotations, right? They may have similar dictionary definitions. They may be a synonym in that way, but connotations vary and are significant. The feeling of a word, right? For example, if I wanted to say Lyle travels by foot, I could say he walks, hikes, march, parade, perambulate, promenade, ramble, saunter, schlep, stride, stroll, traipse, etc. There are tons of words. And all of these words have a different meaning, a different feeling to them. Let me show you an example here. This is a video I found on YouTube And I think it's just a great way to illustrate different ways of walking. So here we go.
T-shirts at Dietrichs.tv or just check your dumpster. Open Gangnam Style. Con los terroristas. Have we done this before? Wait a minute. 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 Have we? You mean like this? God, shut up.
So you see all those different ways to walk. So here's your practice. Phil went to the store. I want you to rewrite that sentence in 7 different ways. As if he's very happy, as if he's in a hurry, distracted, worried, terrified, as if he might be a thief, and as if he might be headed to a post-Grammy party. Concentrate on your verbs, your adjectives, and your nouns, and I want you to underline those in the assignment so you can see where your verbs, where your adjectives, and where your nouns are. Have a good one.